In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to get your client looking like this to this in just a few easy steps. YouTube, what's going on? My name is BarberBil and welcome to my skin fade tutorial for beginners. The reason why I say this is for beginners is because even if you're straight out of barber school or you're on YouTube trying to learn how to cut hair, no matter who you are, what level of skill you have in cutting hair, this technique is so easy, it's basic and simple, but I even know advanced barbers who have been cutting for years that still use this technique. So without further ado, let's jump into the tutorial. So my client's head is pretty flat on the back of his head and he has a pretty big occipital bone, forcing me to do a lower fade on him. So step number one, grab your clipper of choice. Today I'm using the magic clip, and then you're gonna close the lever, and because my client has a bit bigger of an occipital bone, we're gonna drop the fade in the back, meaning a more of a high to mid fade. Next, grab your trimmer of choice. Today we're using the Saber from Stylecraft Pro. You wanna make sure your trimmer is pretty zero gapped so that when you debulk the hair, it gets pretty low to the skin. And because I mentioned we're doing a high to mid fade, we start our guideline with nearly no C-cup and then drop it down. Now I want to show that the technique you use when you're debulking is you're doing a C motion with your trimmer or clipper. So now we're going to be shaving the little stubble left by the trimmer with our double foil shaver, which will allow us to get the head down to the skin level. And in this video we're going to be using the Bronze Series 8. I love Bronze for shavers just because of how easy they make zeroing the hair. I'm doing more of a circular motion while shaving the head just to allow me to use really all the angles of the shaver. And also, as you can see, when I get to the top of the guideline, I flick out in that C motion just like my trimmer. So now we're going to be debulking my client's hair. We're going to take our number 2 open, and we're going to go again with our C motion, flicking out once we hit the parietal ridge. We do not want to dig into the hair because then it'll cause us to put a really sharp line in our fade, causing us to put even more work when fading. That's kind of the rule of thumb when fading, to use that C flick out motion, just because you don't want to create any hard lines. And as you can see, we're kind of dropping the fade once again using our 2 guard open, flicking out at the parietal ridge. So next we're going to be creating our next guideline. We're going to take our clipper, lever open, no guard, and our goal is to kind of create a 1-inch width guideline. That's kind of the rule of thumb with each guideline, is you kind of want them to make them an inch width. Again, using that C flick out motion when creating our guideline, dropping it to the back. Now we're going to be fading out that zero line we initially put. How we're going to do that is we're going to take our clipper and slowly open our lever as we fade higher and higher. So in this instant right now, my clipper is completely closed and I'm flicking at that bottom line, and then you'll see I slowly open my lever as I go higher in the fade until I reach a completely open lever. Following that is our 1 guard open. We're going to follow up and do our C motion again, flicking up at our next guideline, making sure it's a 1-inch width. So in between our 0 guideline and our number 1 guideline, we're going to use our 0.5 guard to attack this line you see right here. By taking our 0.5 guard open, we're going to slowly flick at that line, again not too high because you don't want to create even more lines. And even after our 0.5 guard open, there's still even more lines there. So we're going to slowly close our 0.5 guard until we have a seamless blend. Here you will see me use the corner of my clipper to kind of get those little dark spots. Heading into one of our last steps here in the fade, we're going to use our 1.5 guard open to attack this last line that we have here. Again, with the C flick out motion. Guys, I'm telling you, this motion is key to have a nice fade without any strong extra lines that are unwanted. Just like every other guard, we're going to slowly close our guard until we have a nice blend. Use that to your own judgment, as well as anytime you see any dark spots, don't forget to use your corners. And now the last step in the actual fade itself is going to be some detailing. Detailing is super important to kind of push your fade to that next level. What we're going to be doing is taking our 1 guard open, using our corners to try to finesse any dark spots, or then slowly close it. And if you need to, use any other guards to try and get those little dark spots out of the way to create a really nice seamless blend in your fade. Now, congratulations, you have completed a skin fade. If you want to make your client look even better and pop your look even more, I suggest you line up your client. That's what we're going to be doing over here. My client has a buzz cut, so we're going to line up the front, his vertical bars, and the little bits of his C-cup. The way we do that is we use the corners of our trimmer and kind of create that C-shaped look. When it comes to lineups, they're not the easiest things to do in the beginning, but I promise practice makes perfect and you'll get them done right. Now we're gonna prep his hairline for a lineup. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take our one guard open, because I know we did a 3 open on his head. We're gonna take a 1 open, go with the grain to try and knock down as much bulk. Now the last step when it comes to prepping the hairline, we're gonna grab some super strong hold hairspray, and we're gonna cover his eyes and face with our hand and spray at his hairline. What that does, it creates a nice strong hold on the hairline, which will help us get a crispy hairline in the end. So now it's time to line up the actual hairline. We want to create a nice square shape on the hairline and the vertical bars while eliminating these baby hairs. How I personally do my lineups is I start in the middle and I make my way to my corners, and I tend to go back and make sure my work is clean and get that nice straight line with a straight vertical bar. When it comes to lining up the vertical bars, I comb the baby hairs towards me and then I tap at them. And then once I do that, I kind of slide in and try to keep my lineup as natural as possible. Guys, that's the most crucial thing when doing a lineup. To also know where you do your lineup, find the lightest part in the hair, and then you kind of use that as your reference and guideline. Just to make sure, I always pass over again on the hairline just to make sure everything is nice and crispy. And YouTube, there you go. That's the cut. Don't forget to give this video a like if it helped you, and comment down below what future videos you guys want to see and what future tutorials you guys want to see as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram at BarberBil, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.